Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parasite Eve, and I forgot a chest back here. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get it last time. But anyway, welcome back to another episode of Parasite Eve. This is gonna be part 5, and we're gonna continue where we left off on day 2 fusion. We're gonna go ahead and explore Central Park, which we didn't get to do last time. But first, we have to fight a few enemies. So there's a few variety of new enemies that you'll encounter here. You have these snakes. The red one is poisonous. I kinda did this wrong here. I should have killed the red one first because, ow. So you see that icon on the left side? That shows that I'm poisoned. And it's important to note that in this game, poison is not like in any other RPG where, it kind of slowly drains you, that you can barely notice it. No, in this one, if you let it run, it will kill you. So you better cure it as soon as you can. In this case, I already, it disappears as soon as I end the battle, so there was no need for me to do that. But there's a few new enemies that you'll encounter here. We're gonna continue and explore Central Park and chase after Eve, who we know is here. We know that she has a concert and that she's planning something horrible, so we want to go ahead and stop her. There's a couple of chests on each side if you want them. Oh, and there's also a chest here with a weapon. It's a handgun. It's not too bad, but I personally like the assault rifle better, as I mentioned before, because of the extra range. Even though it shoots a little bit slowly compared to the handgun, if you notice. You also have these crow-like enemies here. They're pretty easy. They're actually very similar to the parrots that you fought at the opera. Just kind of shoot them one at a time. If you want, you can alternate, because if you crit them, you can probably one-shot them. But you don't have to. They also give you this item that is called junk. Each junk occupies 1 space in your inventory, so I would personally recommend not to collect them right now, because your inventory space is very, very low. And they really don't do anything at this moment. You can collect them. If you get 300 of these, you can exchange them at the police station for a really powerful weapon. If you want to do that right now, you can, but like I said, you don't have much space anyway, so I would personally recommend against it. Your weapon, the one that you're using right now, is more than enough to beat these enemies, as you can see. There's also this monkey kind of enemy. They have this arm that shoots like a boomerang. If you stay pretty far away, they won't hit you. Which is kind of problematic, because sometimes the way that the terrain is laid out, you can't go to certain areas. So even though you see this big area, you can't go all the way, and it kind of restricts your movement. But I guess that's, one of the limitations of RPGs from back in the day. And there really wasn't anything like this before Parasite Eve. A game that combines survival horror and RPG elements. Make sure you go to this room first, because there is this zoo key, which you're gonna need in order to continue to the next area. And also there's a vest here, which I believe is actually stronger than what I have. But before I equip it, I wanna check what's in here. And we'll find a grenade launcher. Grenade launchers they're okay. The only problem is that most of them come, I believe all of them, but most of them come with an element. The one that you get here in particular has a fire element to it. You can get either fire or freeze element in this game, but the problem is that even though they do damage against certain enemies, the problem... Ooh, have a random encounter. The same one, actually. Alright, not too bad. As I was saying, you have enemies that are weak against heat weapons, like for example this grenade launcher, but not all of them. Oh god, another encounter? Annoying snakes. Fortunately they were the green variety, not the red variety that poison you. So I did get hit a few times, but whatever. I can just seal it off. Mostly just kind of get rid of my medicine once. They're gonna become pretty obsolete in a little bit. Maybe I should ditch a Cure P. I don't think I'm gonna be needing those. At least I don't need 3 of them. Okay, so I'll exchange a Cure P for another Cure P. Let's ditch it here. I'll just get rid of it. Like I said, I mean, you do want to have a few, you know, Cure Ps available just in case you get poisoned, but I don't need 3 of them. Especially with my limited inventory space. Yeah, let's use this as well. Might as well, right? And let's keep moving. So yeah, as I was saying before I get interrupted again by more enemies, you get heat and freeze element on certain weapons, like for example in this grenade launcher, which is heat. And it is strong against a lot of enemies here, but unfortunately snakes are resistant to fire. So you don't want to probably equip this weapon right now. Or at all. You know, because you're gonna have to swap weapons if you encounter enemies that are resistant to fire. Let's kill this. Oh, nice. So I critted him. If you see that yellow icon, that means that you critted somebody. And in this case, if I crit him, 2 shots is good enough to kill the monkey when it's normally 3. So that's good. Nice, and I leveled up. And once you reach level 9, you also get that ability, Detox. Which does basically the same thing as Cure P, but of course Detox uses parasitic energy, so, you know, use it sparingly. I would say if you have to choose, maybe just use a Cure P instead, because you might need the parasitic energy to heal yourself. You know, just a thought, but ultimately it's up to you. I mean, it is an RPG, so you make your own choices. You decide what you want to do. So, as I said, don't use the grenade launcher. Not worth it at all. We do have a few plant enemies that are really annoying here, and they are weak against fire. But, like I said, snakes are not, and unless you really know the area, like, you know, to a T, then you're not gonna know what enemies you're gonna be fighting. Oh, I'm poisoned again, damn it, okay. So as I said, just kinda heal your poison. They do that, you know, cloud attack, and the area where I'm fighting in is really small, so I'm having a hard time against these enemies right here. As you see, I have very low health, and they have that vine attack. Really annoying. Be careful you don't die here. If you do, of course, I have to go back to the last safe spot, which in this case would be at the very entrance of Central Park, and I don't want to do that. So there's a door on the right side, but, you know, there's nothing in there. They kind of trick you a little bit, I guess. You can't really go in there, so don't bother. And let's keep exploring Central Park, and of course encounter more enemies. At least I'm leveling up, so that's good. Okay, so this is a little problematic because, of course, these red snakes are the ones that poison you. And I kind of have to prioritize between targets, because, I mean, if one of them gets a hit, then I get poisoned. Just like that. But I don't think I'm gonna bother right now. As you see, it drains your health a lot. But if you kill them quickly, like I said, at the end of the encounter, the poison effect will be gone. So I just deemed it appropriate to maybe just kill them quickly, since it was just, you know, 2 snakes. There's a couple of chests here, make sure you don't miss anything. In particular, you know, the weapons and the stat-ups for your armor. As you notice, enemies are gonna start doing a lot of damage to you, so any advantage that you can get would be useful. Wow, let's reload because, you know, it was very appropriate that time because I had 0 bullets, so yay for preparation. And the Central Park area is kind of like a maze, so I mean there's really no way that you're gonna get lost, but you know, just in case. And more enemies. You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record. Shoot it. Yeah. Okay. And more junk. I don't want it, at least not right now. I personally recommend that you wait until New Game Plus to start collecting junk. There's really no reason for you to get it right now. You can beat the game perfectly fine without any junk at all. You can get it, I guess, if you wanna... All of the animals have escaped. At the zoo, yeah. You can get a really powerful weapon if you want, you know, if you decide to grind a little bit. It might take you a few hours, just letting you know. I personally think it's really boring. And to be honest with you, you really don't need any of those junk weapons anyway. I mean, they are really good. But what you have on you, if you keep upgrading it by, you know, post-game, you're gonna have a pretty strong weapon. You're not really gonna need it. You can go for it if you want, but like I said, it's unnecessary. And here's Eve. The holiday season brings joy to us all. Ooh. And this Christmas will be the most special of all. Ah! I don't know who said that, but maybe the audience? Special because I will no longer be under the control of a host, as I have since the dawn of time. Humans are weak, mitochondria can self-evolve. Mitochondria must now take over the nucleus. Guts and goodness. Yeah, I have to get backstage and stop her. It's a little late for that, but let's humor her. Let's humor Aya. And you know, creepy child. If you don't know where to go, always follow the child. You know, and if you don't follow her, the big backstage sign should be a good enough indicator. Let's confront her. Why? Why are you doing this? You again. But you are too late. You will not ruin my plans as you did last night. Stop! And run after her. She kinda does that a lot. She, you know, causes destruction, then confronts you, and then runs away. We're gonna head back now to the area where we were in before, where you saw that corpse on the left side. Before we couldn't go there, but now we can. As little ghost girl is gonna tell us. Now we can go this area, and this is kind of an indicator that Eve is this way. Okay, let's go up here first. As you see, there's a chest on the left side, but when you're actually there, you can't really see it, so it's a little out of your view, so just kind of move around, try to find it. There's another one here. I'll keep trying to see if I can find it. But you really want this, so make sure you get this 8 revive. What this does is that if you happen to die, the revive would immediately be used and it will heal you back. So it's kind of like an insurance, just in case you happen to mess up. It's, you know, invaluable to have at least one of those available, just in case. And among the, you know, creepy animals you have to fight, you also have this bear. Ow! Which is really dangerous because if you stay far away, he'll shoot you with electricity, and if you stay close to him, he'll jump to you and, you know, swipe you with his bear claw. So I guess you're gonna have to stay as far as possible as you can. There's another chest in here. Yeah, just grab that. And we also have a save point here if you want to use it, which I actually do. I think I'm gonna do that for now. It's been about 15 minutes, so I think it's a good time to stop. You know, we advanced about halfway down Central Park, so I think that's good for now. So thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and as always, enjoy.